patrons, welcome back. I know I told you guys in a previous video that I will be doing a video of my trip to Washington DC and New York. So I guess this will be a 3-part video because I did go to different places. Well, maybe a 4-part video, I don't know, depends on how I'm gonna break it down. But I just want to share with you guys my experience going there and share with you guys a mini haul of some things that I did purchase from there, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So this first video is going to be, as the title states, about my trip to Washington DC and the Lincoln Library and being on Capitol Hill. First of all, if you have not taken a trip to Washington DC, which is the nation's capital, I hope you guys decide to go. The view is amazing. I mean, I have been several times. My first initial time going, because what inspired me to first of all even want to go, because I mean, all of you who've been on my channel for a while know that I'm a United States Army veteran. But aside from me being a veteran, I always wanted to go to Washington DC. I knew that it had a library. I knew that it had museums. I knew that it had so many things that you could do. So I wanted to just go and have that experience, and I always want to continue to go. So I go back maybe every 2 to 3 years, and this year would be my probably 5th time going. So no, I'm not a newbie to the trip, but each time I go, I see something and I do something new and different. And this trip is no different than the other trips, other than I saw different things and I purchased different things. But as far as the experience and what I saw and all things of that nature, I loved it. I always recommend people who have not went to go. So this is a quick visual of some of the things that you would see. So this would be the Thomas Jefferson building. So the buildings there have the best architecture, and the inside of it is always amazing. I'm going to try and get you guys some clips to see. If you follow me on Instagram, you guys will see all of the different types of ceilings and buildings and the architecture and the things of that nature that they have. You have the library today, and I have those. I knew in this book that it had it because one time I went and had it, and this is, what is this? Thomas Jefferson's library. So even though that's his library, I actually got an opportunity to go inside of it. And I do have pictures on my Instagram, but I also tried to insert them here. But I definitely have them on my Instagram already. And I have the ceiling, I have the books, I have the flooring. And I just wanted this time to be different. Last time I went, I did not take any pictures. But this, I took pictures, or more so keepsakes. But in this map, it breaks down the floor so that you kind of know where everything is when you go. So this is my first time actually grabbing this. So when I go again, which it probably won't be unchanged as much, I'll kind of have an idea of where it is that I want to go. This isn't a place you want to go one time. Like, you can't just go one time and get everything in one visit. No, your legs will get tired, your arms will get tired, everything will get tired. So this is the type of trip where you kind of want to break it up into different pieces. And even after you think you saw everything you need to see, you might want to just go when they're having special events and things of that nature. So this again was the Lincoln Library. So this was kind of like the first place I went to when I got there. And I picked up that while I was inside, and this is a map of what it says, the growing nation, independent statehood. So this is just a brochure that was just sitting right next to that, and so I just was like, why not pick it up? So I went ahead and picked it up, and it just goes into talk about different things that went on whenever the country was actually found in itself. So again, love the map. And those are always good things to add if you keep it a memory book or a photo book and things of that nature. You keep it like all of your archives and things together. So if you're into stuff like that, then, and I actually picked up 2 of them. So if you into stuff like that and you really want to share that experience, I think that's a wonderful thing to do. Okay, so that's my next trip that I can talk about. So now I'm going to go ahead to tell you guys some things that I purchased, and then we could talk about the different museums. So one of the things that I purchased and I was just so excited about was this tote right here, and it just says Library of Congress, and it says first of all, it has the price on it, and it says is entitled to draw books from the Library of Congress, Washington, D.C., and is responsible for all books taken on this card. And then it just says do return, almost like a library card. And then on the inside of it, it just has that opening there, and then it has another opening there. And then it also has a zipper. I'm sorry, it has a zipper in the inside. So you could have easily, let me see, what is this? Oh, that came from the other one. So you could have easily used this, buy one of these and easily use it as a tote if you plan on purchasing several other things. So that was the first item that I purchased. That's the first item that I purchased. Let's see. Then I got some shirts. So one shirt that I ordered was this one. It says Library of Congress, I Can't Live Without Books. And this is from the Thomas Jefferson Library. And it just has books on it. It's all wrinkled up. But rest assured, I will be ironing it. When she gave it to me, it was not wrinkled up. It was nice, neat, and folded. I just took my poor time doing a review on this stuff. The next shirt I bought was a song for my little bitty baby. I got my little one a shirt. He's a little bitty butt. And it says, I Cannot Live Without Books, Thomas Jefferson, 1815, Library of Congress, Washington, D.C. And then it just has his little logo and everything on the front. And then I got my other son a shirt as well. He has a gray shirt just like mine, which I put it on. I wore it. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see me with a gray t-shirt on. So me and my older son, we have that same shirt. So the next thing that I purchased was this journal. I just love the embroidery and the design on this journal. It reminds me of the architecture of the building. I already had opened it because I really wanted to just feel it and touch it, and it just called to me, and I was like, okay, you're going home with me. And so it just has pages in the inside, and that's just that. Then I purchased 2 pencils. I purchased 2 pencils. One says Library of Congress, Washington, D.C. The other one says Library of Congress, Washington, D.C., and it's in red. So one is in like a white color and the other one's like a green color. Then I purchased 2 books. The first book is The Frederick Douglass Narrative and Life of Frederick Douglass by Dover Thrift Edition. And this is the narrative of the life of Frederick Douglass. And my son wanted this, so I went ahead and I purchased this for my son. He wanted to add that to his library. And then this is a copy of the United States Constitution, the full text with supplemental material. And this is the Dover Thrift Editions. And I purchased this also for my son to go into his library. So these were definitely 2 reads that my son just kind of really wanted to add to his library. And that's it for that. Now, like I say, guys, when you go, if you go to my Instagram, you'll get an opportunity to see Like I said, guys, if you go to my Instagram, you'll get the opportunity to see all the different types of pictures that I took, the architecture and things of that nature. So if I have not inserted any of those pictures into this video, please be sure to check out my Instagram at the Literary Parlour on Instagram. Now, I also have pictures on my second Instagram, which is the Pink Pearls Glam Parlour, which is my beauty channel. If you guys want to check out the Pink Pearls Glam Parlour, you can feel free to do that. Now, my experience is wear comfortable shoes. Be ready to walk. If you cannot walk for a long distance, which was our case, you're going to keep stopping. Make sure you kind of stop, rest your feet, rest your legs, and then try and, you know, you're not going to be able to see every single thing. That's why I said each time I go, I learn a different area and I visit a different museum and I see different things that I want and things of that nature. You want to make sure that you have enough cash on you if you plan on purchasing anything out of the museums. In my opinion, I think that at least for a family, at least $200 to $300 in cash is your best option for the museums. If you want to purchase a little bit of everything out of each of the museums, I think a reasonable amount for a family of, I would say, from a family, and I'll consider a couple a family. So from 2 to maybe 4 or 5 people, I would say to have $200 or $300 just for museum shopping and if you want to eat and things of that nature. But outside of that, you're going to have other expenses if you plan on staying in a hotel or if you plan on staying at a friend's house. And usually when we're traveling, sometimes we stay with friends and sometimes we stay in hotels. I like to stay in hotels more so because you have a bit more of your own privacy and you can kind of do a little bit, you know, more of what you want. You got to feel a little bit more comfortable. Not that you don't feel at home with your friends, but for me, it's just kind of like a different type of feeling. Now, if you're not aware and you decide to adventure out, be cognizant of traffic. It is very hard to park and travel when you go to DC. You have to go at allocated times and you have to know how and where the traffic stop signs and stoplights are, because they will take a picture of your tag and or they will send you tickets in the mail or they will leave tickets on your car. We had just a warning left on one of our cars, not this trip, but the previous trip that we took, the last trip that we took. And it was just because of parking, but it was just like a warning or whatever, because it doesn't actually say you can't park there. But it was like, okay, you can park there, but somebody has to stay in their car. So that was the case for that situation. But other than that, we had a smooth trip. Each time we go, we kind of have a smooth trip, and we try to enjoy ourselves and, you know, experience, you know, DC for what it is. So I was really excited about that. So happy that I went. Again, there was a ton of things to do, and I really wanted it to be an experience that each time I take my kids, my family, that we learn something new, we do something new, and I get a little bit of, you know, my own personal adventures and joys and, you know, research done here and there. So I am thankful to, you know, you guys for watching this video thus far and subscribing to my channel. If you haven't already subscribed, I don't know why, go ahead and subscribe. I appreciate you watching this video, and if you have any questions, leave them below. If you have already visited DC, leave it below. If you would like to visit Washington, D.C., leave a comment below. I really want to hear from you guys, and I hope to hear from you guys soon. I will have the part 2, which will be the African American Museum. That's crazy. That review will be next. So if you enjoyed this video, stay tuned for the next video, which I'll tell you about the museum. I'll also give you guys a mini haul on it, and then we'll go into part 3 after that museum of our trip to New Jersey and then New York. So yes. So guys, stay tuned for that if you want to hear those videos. Until next time, happy readings. Bye.